We give it to you raw. The Raw BJ Podcast. Because controversy doesn't scare us. Calories do. And now, here are your hosts, Brittany and Jota.
And I who.
This is going to be very different.
This is going to be very different.
Without having police say, and can I just say?
Yeah, no producer poo this week at all. Never again. She's gone.
Not ever again. Just not
she'll
regularly.
Be here during soon.
Just sporadically appear. Like a stimulus.
She's really gone this right.
We don't know where she comes. She's gonna be like, hey.
She's really gone this time, y'all. Okay, so the infamous king of positivity is waiting. Should we let him in?
Mm-hmm.
Come on in our room. Oh.
Y'all.
Hi.
What's
Can
happening?
you hear us?
I can hear y'all perfectly. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you. Look at this.
See
I
y'all.
love the backdrop.
I love that we all match.
Yes.
Come on, man. Black and gold. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Hey. Yo, how are you doing today?
Woo! Man, it's been a long 24 hours, but it's been blessings.
Yes.
You know, just like came out of the studio with the Alliance. It's always good energy.
Yeah.
And, you know, living out here, we chilling.
Okay. What part of New York are y'all in?
I live in the city, and you know, we live all over. Swanee and Billy, they live in the Bronx, and Earth Tone lives in Queens.
Okay.
And
I'll be in Staten
shit.
Island next week.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
You know, that's a journey.
Mhm.
What's happening in Staten?
I'm excited to be
What's
there.
happening in Staten Island?
A friend's wedding.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
It's gonna be a small
Well,
wedding.
congratulations to your friend.
Right.
Okay, all right.
You know that's indicative of the times because usually something on Staten Island, it got to be big. If it's a wedding, everybody goes.
Okay.
Everybody goes.
Pretty much. That's anywhere, but yeah.
Mhm.
That's what's up.
Incredible.
That's what's up. We have a safe trip. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to your friend.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
And bring me something back from New York.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Hot dog.
I want a hot dog and I want a souvenir. Like I want something. Like bring me a Subway token.
A Subway toast.
Yeah.
There's no there's no more.
Bring me an MTA card.
He's
Something.
like,
You get a Metro card. You get a Metro
Yeah,
card.
give me an MTA card and take a picture with someone who do a dollar cab.
a dollar cab.
Who run a dollar cab. I
what is
want some authentic stuff. Give me
What is a dollar cab?
it's a cab, but it's like that's what it's called. It's like the dollar cab.
Like Uber?
No, it's better than Uber. It's a dollar cab.
Oh.
Not a $20 cab. That's a regular cab. It's a dollar.
Wow.
Only in New York.
Only in New York. All right, so let's go ahead and get it started. We are super excited to have this independent music moment, y'all. Welcome to the Raw BJ Podcast. We are here with the infamous king of positivity, Mr. I.K.P.
Yeah.
I have my IPA.
Yes.
Okay, we're drinking IPA.
I know that's right.
I.K.P.
That's right.
I know that's
Nice
right. I better have IPAs. I was not prepared. All I have is La Colombe coffee from CB or Dwayne Reed or Walgreens here.
We like coffee too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we love coffee.
It's
okay.
That's
We're
my
gonna be
drug of choice. Liquid
Oh.
crack. That's drug of
So,
choice.
I've been following your career for about almost a year now.
Facts. Thank you.
I really actually, I think, matter of fact, I first found out about you on your podcast. When we started our show, I was looking for other podcasts to follow and, you know, because we're brand new to this. And so I came across, oh my goodness, what's the show that you do?
The Herbal Tea Podcast.
Herbal Tea, that's right. It's somebody that we follow. The Herbal Tea Podcast. And I was like, okay, this is pretty dope. And I was watching and listening to the show, And I didn't even realize that you and Earthtone, who was the co-host with you on the Herbal Tea podcast, that y'all did music
Mhm.
until about, I guess, maybe a few months after I was watching the podcast, and I was like, oh snap, okay. And then y'all came out with the what's the song that y'all did together? The finally got a piece of the
Water,
pie.
water, water, water. Ow.
Yes, all
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
So I'm definitely excited to have you here. I said all that to say that we are so excited to have you on the show. So now that you're here,
I'm
um,
excited to be on the show.
thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for
tell us.
having me on the show.
I know it's our honor. It really is. But we definitely want to get a little bit in your business. So, being that you are born and raised from New York, tell us a little bit about your background, how it was for you growing up.
Um, do you know what's crazy? I was born in Brooklyn, and you know how life is like full circle. So I was born in Brooklyn. I was raised in the South. I was raised in Virginia. From about age 6 to till I went into the military, age 18.
VA, I was born in
Yeah.
Virginia.
Two up, two
VA
down.
baby, believe that. You're already 757 area.
Mhm.
Specifically Norfolk. That's where I was raised. So
Cool.
um, you know how VA is, you know how it is, kind of chill, but kind of dark, because all types of shit goes on out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You never knows what you might get into. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's a dark, seedy side of
Y'all got it sound like a
VA.
murder mystery.
Right.
You
And
never know.
You
You
keep
never
looking
know.
out. You keep looking out to the
Like
side too, like somebody
You know
watching,
what
like
I'm saying?
somebody coming. Like you never know.
Like
gotta-
Never
Masterpiece
know.
Podcast, you never know.
Gotta watch your 6. Murder She Wrote. You know what
Murder
I'm
She
saying?
Wrote.
Right. You know what I'm saying? X-Files and all types of shit going on out here.
Yo, what is
But
over there in the corner? What are you looking at? Is somebody there?
Or is someone looking at you? What?
Right.
actually, I know
The suspense for me.
watching me, I'm actually looking at the light and making sure it's right on me. You feel me?
Oh, you look
Oh.
So
great.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Just making sure everything's straight because I don't know if y'all doing video or if it's just audio, but just
No,
trying to
it's
make sure
video.
everything's
We
No,
straight.
can
we
see
do it
you.
all.
You can see us. It's video and audio. We'll have the video up on our YouTube and social media, and the audio will be on all our podcast platforms.
Right, that's VA too, video and audio.
Yeah, video and audio.
Video and audio for sure.
So being
Representing.
raised in VA,
Mhm.
Brittany, you had a few questions. Now we know your parents are from Honduras.
That's correct.
Brittany, I know you had a few questions to ask about him because you have some experiences with Honduran people, right?
Yes.
Mm.
So I live in an international city, right?
Mm.
And the takeaway from Hondurans, from what I've seen, is Hondurans are very close knit. The
Mhm.
parents do not play no games. It's very do what I said. That's it. Like, it's not a democracy. It's not a, well, let's sit down and talk about our feelings. I'm feeling like you better do this or it's going to be
Mhm.
some consequences. Ain't no talking about
Mhm.
nothing. So I just wanted to know, did you have that kind of similar experience as far as parents being strict and like about their shit, like right away when they say that's kind of what it is? Or did you have a more relaxed childhood from culturally what normally happens?
It's a little bit of both, actually. Both my parents were firm. I would say they were firm, and whatever they say did go. So there was no playing games. If you weren't done with your homework, I was not allowed to go have a childhood and play with and go play with the neighborhood kids or anything like that. So and then um because my father he was a merchant marine, so he was always sailing a lot. He wasn't always home. My mom kind of had to be mom and dad. And then when my mom started working more, my sisters, they were older than me. I'm the last child, so my sisters, they got on me if I wasn't cleaning the house, taking out garbage, cleaning up after myself, or things like that. They got on me. So I grew up in a pretty strict childhood, but it was still kind of relaxed at the same time, because once you do what you had to do, everything's good, right? So
Right.
that's kind of how that went.
That's how I am with my children. Everything is based on behavior. So the amount of flexibility or freedom they have really is dependent on them. And I wondered, because of how your childhood was, did that kind of influence you? Because I've heard your music and like the whole don't play. I was wondering, is that because your parents don't play and you grew up watching them don't play,
Real
and you
kings
was
don't
like,
play.
real kings don't play,
Hey, real
real
queens
queens don't play. So I was like,
You know what?
I couldn't play either. So I
Right.
Listen,
can't
No
play.
homework. These kids can't play.
listen. Come on, Queen.
So I was just trying
You
to figure out
already
if
know
there's a
that. That's
correlation.
there is a correlation. That's good that you pointed that out, because I did not go play outside if it was issues, and nobody did play in my house. That's really how it was. But yeah, that's a good that's a great way to look at that for sure.
See, I just feel like your family has influenced you in so many ways, and a lot of time artists don't necessarily speak on that because their parents either really, really support what they're doing, or they're really, really opposite or opposed to what they're doing. And I know you said your father was actually a merchant marine, and did that have any influence on you as far as your career path?
Well, my dad being a merchant marine kind of, and I grew up in Norfolk, which is a Navy town, so it's very military oriented. The biggest naval base in the world is in Norfolk. So I always had grown around military families, so that combined with my father being in kind of like civil service type situation kind of influenced me to go to the military, just kind of as a way to find work, and we're a musical family. My dad plays sax, and music has always been part of our lives. But as far as me doing music, is different attitudes depending on who you ask, because in certain cultures, their idea of a musician is just like Michael Jackson or like a Beyonce. But as far as like trying to make it in music, it's either like you made it or you didn't. There's no and it's not necessarily like that. You either working towards it, and then you might get to a point where you can become big and become highly visible, but they don't see that. They just see, oh, you're a musician, so you making money. What's going on with that? So they don't always know how to support it in that way, and that's kind of really how I read it. They support my music. They support me doing what I want to do. I guess they have no choice because I'm gonna do it. But it's more like it's more like I have to show them, or I have to explain to them like how the music industry or how music actually works. Like you have to keep working towards it. You have to keep putting out projects. You do your shows, and there's different levels of notoriety for musicians. It's not just being a
Diamond, platinum selling, 28-time Grammy winner.
You can be a working musician. You can be source of jobs, and they don't really know that. So it's kind of like I kind of have to show that that's how it really is. So that way they know how to support. But it's a learning process. They didn't always know that, and they didn't always support. At the same time, I love doing what I do. I love doing music, and whether I have support from my family or not, it's not really stopping me. So, feel me?
And that's on love of the craft.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did 5 years in the Marine Corps.
Yes.
And after you did that, you were honorably discharged.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Absolutely.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
After that, you actually attended Full Sail University and got a bachelor's degree in music business. So
you always trying to sell somewhere,
right?
I know, right? I know. I gotta go. I got things to do. I can't stick around. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right. So, does your Honduran roots, like, how did that impact you getting into music, and how does it impact your music now?
Well, like I said, my culture, the culture that I come from, the ethnic group that I come from, is a very musical oriented culture. So the music is always it's been there since before I was born. My dad was in a band in I think they play a salsa merengue. My dad plays sax, so I always hear him rehearsing when he's not working. He was rehearsing. He was practicing his music, and sometimes he would go to Honduras. He would go to Honduras a lot when I was a kid. When he's not sailing, he would go and play with his band. And during holidays and whatnot, birthdays, Christmas, barbecue, you name it, there's always music going on. My dad collect tons of vinyl, and when I grew up, even up until when I was a kid, my sisters, my older sisters, they were into hip hop, of course. So that influenced me. New York being that I'm back and forth, between New York and Virginia, because as the older I got, I would always come visit my family that was still here in New York City. So I would get mixtapes from my older cousins, and one of my older cousins started rapping. So that's what influenced me ultimately to actually try to start writing rap. So music's always been there just from the get-go. And yeah, and my family again, like they see me doing it. They know the apple does not fall far from the tree. I'm pretty much my father's child when it comes to it. So it's been there, and even I would say now, because I'm a little bit more in touch with my culture, it's definitely much more influenced the path that I'm taking with my music. So I incorporate some of the elements of my Honduran upbringing into my music now, and that's been fun. It's a whole thing. It's a whole different side that I get to explore. And I'm feeling it. I'm digging it. I hope everybody else dig it when it come out.
Yeah, we're definitely feeling it. I love that. It's so much to unpack with you because you have so much accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Not just in music, even though you've been doing this for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? But just your life in general, you seem so accomplished, and we definitely love that about you.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to know though, before I got into my next question,
Thank you.
where does the name the infamous King of Positivity come from? Because in your bio, you did mention that you were um it was instilled in you the importance of self-empowerment and compassion for communities affected by HIV and AIDS. So how does that connect?
Yeah. So I came up with Infamous King of Positivity because, unfortunately, what happened, I was in the military, and while I was in, I had been sexually assaulted. And not too long after that is when I found out I became HIV positive, and it was very difficult for me to deal with, especially at that time when there was still the stigma was still pretty strong, just being gay, being gay and black. That's always the thing. So what I decided to do eventually to kind of help soothe myself and deal with the pain of that was I wanted to empower myself with um with being HIV positive, and kind of turn it into a source of strength, and say, this is not going to define me. This is going to be something I want to use to help show people that it doesn't have to be the end of your world if you are positive. So I just said I'm going to be I.K.P. Eventually led to the infamous King of Positivity, and I said I'm going to, if if there's few people out there showing what it looks like to be gay, black, HIV positive, and healthy and killing it, then I'm going to be one of those people. So that's what I ended up doing.
Yes, and
Mm-hmm.
I give you applaud you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
it reminds me of Don Plus,
Mm-hmm.
the interview we did with him. He has a similar situation. I did want to ask though,
Out the Don Plus. Shout out to him.
not trying to Wendy Williams you or anything, but when you say that you were assaulted in the military, was that what would you care to go in deeper with that? What do you mean you were assaulted? Was it like rape, and is that where you contracted HIV?
Yeah. I I went to I went to a party with a few friends,
Hmm.
and things. I'm about 21 years old, and things got a little crazy. Things got a little crazy. I lost some control, and I was talking to this one person, this one guy that was there, and kind of just really giving it up, and one thing led to another, and it just became a real serious incident. I just ended up kind of blacked out in somebody's apartment. The next day I kind of woke up and came to, and I'm realizing I'm bleeding. Excuse me for being the graphic, but I was bleeding out of my ass, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I had no idea what was going on. I kind of blacked out. So it was one of those situations. So I just knew, I kind of realized what happened, but I was just so ashamed of the situation that I didn't say anything. I just left the person's apartment. And then I drove myself back to base, and, kind of just had to deal with it like internally, because of course, who would I tell? Who could I tell while I'm in the military? You're not even, this is still don't ask, don't tell
Right.
period of the military. So who am I going to tell that this happened? And then maybe a couple months later, I did a blood test, and from that blood test is how I found out. Because in the military, they're always testing you. They're always making sure that you're good to go. Because in case they have to
Right.
ship you to war, or in case you have to do some sort of training, you have to be, pretty much to top medical shape. So blood tests are regular. So the blood test came back positive, and um, and I found out, pretty much after the turn of the year 2007. That's when it was told, and I realized, I put everything together, that this is what was going on. I just didn't know what to do at that point, except just like follow whatever instructions my command had, because they were the one that informed me. So that's how it came about. And then to add insult to injury, and did the same thing. They assaulted somebody else, and they
Wow.
reported that person. So they were able to press charges. And that was like, it was an intense moment for me, because you just don't, I didn't see that coming. And um at least I got at least a sense of justice that I wasn't able to get for myself, but I at least got to um see that happen. And it just began, it was part of the long road to recovering from something like that,
Mm.
because it definitely tears you down mentally and emotionally, because then you have to deal with all sorts of issues, existential ones like mental health issues and
Right.
things like that, just to cope with it and deal with it. And I dealt with it for a long time. So but that's basically what happened. That's about the gist of it.
Wow. That is
That's
wow.
powerful.
That's very powerful. Yeah. I mean, most people associate, at least because my brother, he passed away from complications of HIV, but most people associate it with being promiscuous, or being, uh, being out there just
Not being selective
not being
or
selective, or not using
not.
Yeah.
protection.
Mhm.
It's not often when you hear stories like yours where people were actually assaulted. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. And so the assaulter, he was locked up, correct?
I believe so. Either locked up or put on probation for a while. But after that news story came out, I just felt it best that I didn't really follow up on that, because it's pretty painful
Yeah.
Mhm.
part. You know what I'm saying? To keep revisiting that, so I wanted to let that go. But that was the last thing I knew about that particular case. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. We definitely thank you for that.
Mm.
Very
No doubt, no
powerful.
doubt. I'm glad I could share that. It's it's a unique thing where I'm just thankful that I was able to heal from it, because that could have just went all sorts of left. if you know, if it had been any other way, like it could have been even more. Like it was it was definitely a lot of alcohol involved, and there were definitely drugs, and I was trying to be as careful as I was at that point. But when you're 20, you don't really know much, and you kind of trust in your friends to look out for you. You know, you might slip up, and things like that happen. But you know, I learned to not blame myself from for that happening so much, and that's what I that's that was part of the recovery from it, is just that not blaming yourself. People out there are fucked up in the mind. They're doing whatever they want. They're not they're not informing people. They're not protecting people. And then you know you find out that you are, and then it brings a whole another set of challenges just to your life, because then you got to deal with your own self-worth. And it's been a journey, but that's what I'm saying. I'm still here, and I'm just want to let people know that this is something that I recovered from, and if it could be a teachable moment, you know, just know that, you know, trusting yourself and trusting God that you can get through it, and you can deal with the pain. At least now it's easier. That was a decade ago. It's easier now. So much more resources now, but at the time that I went through it, not so much.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do have some questions. So I know that you like to empower not just yourself, but the entire LGBTQ community. And I was just wondering, what do you think is the biggest area of the LGBTQ community that needs to be improved, whether it's other people's perception of the community or issues within the community that need to be addressed?
I think it's probably just support. You know what I'm saying? Just support between each other. I feel like, um, you know, we are all kind of part of the same fight, and part of a similar struggle. We may have different stories how we got to where we are, but the fight is pretty much the same. And I think we should just support each other, and kind of come together and make ourselves visible to each other, and respect and love, and that goes a long way. And I see that a lot more now going on, because we have, you know, new platforms like this one,
Mhm.
and you know, the Herbal Tea podcast, Royal Emerge,
Yes.
and you know, Who Raised You Hoes, that one, and a lot of different platforms, a lot of different platforms now, and we need to keep that going, because that's what ultimately gonna help us empower each other and ourselves.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And you know, I just want us to keep keeping in touch with each other, and keep spreading love to each other. You know, I think that would benefit us a lot.
Yeah.
Right. I totally agree, because there's this thing that Joe and I have between ourselves that we talk about all the time. And you know how you have a conversation with someone?
Yeah.
Joe and I have proversations, because we don't believe in cons, but just pros. So we have
I know that's
proversations.
right. Come on,
And,
conversation.
and one of our things is we always talk about Black people don't talk about this stuff.
Mhm.
We don't get deep about things. And I think that that leads to a lot of judgment, a lot of misconceptions, a lot of things, because, you know,
Anger.
right, and a lot of resentment
Yeah.
on the other end. And part of the problem is not understanding that these things affect people in your family. There are people in your family that are in the LGBTQ
Mhm.
community, but because you're not a resident in that neighborhood, you don't feel the need to get the education or the information. And the people that need your support the most don't have it, either because you're ignorant, or it goes against a belief, or it goes
Right.
against family tradition. And everybody is so busy worrying about perception of others, or what people are going to think, or what people are going to say. And you know, Black people, on from a Black standpoint, they just believe everything is the devil, and nothing has to do with
Nope.
ignorance or not being educated. And
Mhm.
when you have someone in your family that says that they're gay, the first thing people say is, let me get my olive oil, this is the devil. And you know, and it's just like, you know, God don't like premarital sex either. Like all the stuff that people just sweep under the rug, all this stuff that people are going past, it always comes down to sexual orientation that people don't want to discuss, or sex in general. Black parents don't discuss sex with their children. How to protect yourself. What are the steps? What are the things that you need to do? Because they just tell you not to do it.
Right.
But they're not explaining if you are going to do it, or you might be in a position where this, and this. And that's why we talk.
Which is the reason why that we wanted to start this podcast, to discuss taboo topics, but then we also have a love for entrepreneurs, for independent artists, and we wanted to incorporate that in our show. So I think,
and promote.
Yeah, to promote, promote and support. That's part of support,
awareness and everything. Yeah,
and that's why we like to get really deep with our interviews, because we enjoy your music, yes, but we want to know your struggle, what you've been through, because that, if it helps just one person, you've helped enough. You know what I'm saying? Are you frozen?
He's speechless.
Speechless. I think he's frozen. Do we have a connection? Can you hear us?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Maybe. Do you see?
Y'all said it. Y'all.
Okay. You got him. I thought we was having some connection issues right quick. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The reason why you are here, specifically your music career. So after you graduated with your bachelor's degree, you just jumped right into it. Is that it? In 2011, when you released your first EP?
Hey, hello. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I lost y'all for a second.
Okay, I wasn't tripping. I was like, it looks like he's frozen, but I can see.
Nah,
I thought I heard him say y'all said. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I lost y'all for a second because I don't know. It just shut down on its own. So it could have been my Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Okay. So we're back now though, right?
We're back.
Okay, great. So let's go ahead and get back into it again. So your music career, after you graduated with your bachelor's degree, you jumped right into it. You released your first EP in 2011.
Yes, I did. First full-length album. And
first album. Tell us about that.
That was, I guess you could say that's my coming out album, because the year before I had just gotten out the military. No, 2008. At the end of 2008, I gotten out the military, and then I went to school. And during the time I was in school, I was actually making my album, because I went to school to learn how to produce records and, do engineering and all the technical stuff. So, a couple of friends, classmates that I was with, we set up a little studio in one of our apartments. Actually, two of our apartments, my apartment and my other classmate. We set up places to produce and record, and they wanted to do like an EP. It started out that way. Did an EP, 4 songs, but then we just vibed. We vibed, and we kept getting together, and we ended up doing a full album out of that. And it was fun. It was a self-discovery thing. It was partially scary because I had to come out to them just at a certain point, because I knew that at that time I wanted to be honest in my music, and I felt free enough to do it. But I knew also that even at that time period, we weren't talking about too many gay rappers. Wasn't too many out there, publicly out or out performers. So that was a moment, but they was cool and they fucked with me. So that was a blessing right there. So we just kept rocking, and we did the rest of that album. And so that whole album kind of was me just coming into my identity and finding myself. And that was what you guys, the result is that album.
Right. That album, Ignoring the Known Protocol.
For sure.
Okay. And the excuse me. And the lead single off of that album, Let It Be Known. Tell us about that track.
that was the coming out record. So, you know, you got the coming out album, and then that was the coming out record. One of the producers for that record, well, we all produced it, but one of the guys on the team really loved that song, so he wanted me to put that out. And so we did it, and the guy that sang the hook is another one of our classmates. So it was a whole, like, a school thing. And, you know, we went to his house, we recorded the guitar parts in there. So those was live guitars. And, you know, I had the drums, and we put that thing together. It took probably like a couple months to do it, because we had to iron out our personal issues, because I fought my producers for that to like kind of get my way with that record, and, you know, just personality clashes. So it was a little bit of beef. There would be points where I would stop talking to you know, one of the producers on the team, because I would be so mad at the argument that we just had, and I would just move on. So then, you know, a month or two later, we get back together. We were like, we cool? Yeah, we cool. So we get back in the studio, and, you know, we kept going on. So I put that out, and I wasn't able to do the video for it for like maybe a year or so after, because it was hard finding people at that point that was willing to, one, be accepting of the message, and then help us actually shoot a good video for it. So, you know, that's that was part of the struggle right there. But, you know, I was happy that song got the reception that it got, and it ultimately led to this Out Hip Hop thing, because that's how I got into the community, is being nominated through the Out Music Awards and all of that, and it introduced me to all the artists that, you know, I met at that point.
Right. And so, and the video that for Hunt Me Down was recognized as best video so far at the was it the Right Out TV Awards. So you came out the gate swinging.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, people love the message. We love the message.
Shout out to Right Out TV. Yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
So following up with that, you had 2 more albums that was released in 2013 and 2015. Executive Realness and In Positivity We Trust.
You already.
So the first song that we're actually going to play is a single that you released in 2015, the You Know the Drill.
You Know the Drill.
Was that just a single, or was that on the In Positivity We Trust?
That was on In Positivity We Trust. It was a single from it, yeah.
Because I have the single downloaded, but yeah, I do.
When you step into the field, you know the drill. You gotta know the deal. You know, it's one of my favorite songs.
Me and Brittany listened to this song, and we were vibing. And what did I say at first? The vibe it was like it kind of gave me like a Jeezy type of vibe at first, and then she was just like, no, this is more like a Busta Rhymes. So it's
the only thing missing was an old school car and Rod Digger peeking out the side.
Right.
Oh shit! Wow, y'all took it back.
Yes, absolutely love it. So we're actually gonna go ahead and get into that song. So why don't you go ahead and introduce it?
So you're about to listen to my single song, In Positivity We Trust. This is called You Know the Drill. You know what I'm saying? If you step into the field, you know the drill.
You gon' say my name, I.K.P. Say my name, you gon' say my name, I.K.P. Say my, you gon' say my name, I.K.P. Say my name, you gon' say my name, I.K.P. Say my, you gon' all in. I shine 'cause I should. I gave what I had, that's what it took. So I'm highly favored, I say it proudly. What is this without me? What is this? Right. Once you step into the field, you know the drill. And you better know the deal. You know the drill. Once you step into the field, you know the drill. And you better know the deal. Right. Look, I don't really have no time to play this knock or change. All I see is niggas on the sidelines with no kind of game. Ain't in proximity, you're just in the proximity. before it became an abomination. True indeed, who is you? Ain't nothing you can do that's new to me. If you hating Monday through Sunday, I must assume you weak. Beating up the beat, then I chop it up like I'm Bruce Lee. Antagonize all you want. No Xanax, I ain't losing sleep. Not batting an eyelash on anything you attempt to do. Game belong to me, and it's just I know we're in the mood. Better get it together, you falling apart. Losing mental schools, you can bring your syllables, but I see within the way you spin the truth and fear for you. I know my rights took the rites of passage. Somebody getting snatched the second they doubt me. Been drilling with their shows, they stay rowdy. Glad you found me, what is this without me? Ballin', I shine cause I should. I gave what I had, that's what it took. So I'm highly favored, I say it proudly. What is this without me? What is this? Right. Once you step into the field, you know the drill. Yeah, you better know the deal. You know the drill. Once you step into the field, you know the drill. Yeah, you better know the deal. Right. Yeah, alright. Yeah. Okay, let's live it up. Can't nobody do it like I can with a mic in hand, can't get enough. Things of an underdog, you know I'm the type of man to call your bluff. Inciting rights at the height I might come in, I'm bossing up. All I got is fire to ignite my brain. Listen me, my wisdom vivid, high definition screens is victory. That's all I see in the vicinity where the winners meet. Bottom feeder, you so stuck, sticking with you is devastating. No watchers, those I'm gonna seize up. I'm gonna call orders to elevate me. Plundering migrants, baby boomers, raised mad. Work ethic, crazy, so well-rounded and shaped man. Most raised by technology, measured by your following. I really hope there's more to you when they unplug and corner you. I know my rights took the rites of passage. Somebody get snatched the second they doubt me. Been drilling with their shows, they stay rowdy. Glad you found me, what is this without me? Ballin', I shine cause I should. I gave what I had, that's what it took. So I'm highly favored, I say it proudly. What is this without me? What is this? Right. Once you step into the field, you know the drill. Yeah, you better know the deal. You know the drill. Once you step into the field, you know the drill. Yeah, you better know the deal. Right. Iron balls, I hold my own. Too heavy for your paws, I hold my own. Iron balls, I hold my own. Too heavy for your paws, I hold my own. You gon' say my name, I.K.P. Say my name, you gon' say my name, I.K.P. Say my, you gon' say my name till my destiny that got fulfilled. Yeah, you better know the deal, you know the drill. Once you step into the field, you know the drill. Yeah, you better know the deal, you know the drill. Once you step into the field, you know the drill. Yeah, you better know the deal. Right.
When I tell you, this one make me feel like I need to get in the car and get like a 2x4 and go ready to go hit a nigga in the head or something.
Okay, well, this one makes me feel like putting on my get me body dress because I still get in before 11 for free. That's what this song is saying to me. Like, this is the song where your friends call you, bitch, we got 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes to get in line. Like, that's what this song is saying.
Let's say your spot, girl. Come on.
All of that.
I wrote at the door, girl. You know his watch don't work. We got 25 minutes. We got 25 minutes.
All of that. All of that. All of
When
that.
I tell you that song right there, that song has me lit every time I listen to it. I
Right.
be in the car like
That's when it's up, then it's stuck. That's what that is.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What?
Damn. Thank you.
What inspired that song, bro?
That was at that time. That's when drill rap was kind of coming through, and one of the producers had hit me on. The producer for that song hit me on SoundCloud, and they was messing with the music that I had posted on there. So, I checked out his other tracks and I was like, yo, this is fire. This guy from Germany. And, just these kids, these SoundCloud producers, they was out there strong. So, I did that beat, and then I was like, I wanted to do like a take on my military, like a kind of an homage, because while I was in drill is part of what you do,
Right.
in boot camp.
Yeah.
So I flipped the meaning, the drill. I'm talking about, military drill with the rifle,
Mhm.
the pop locking and all that shit, the formation, all of that.
Right.
And I just fused it with what drill actually means, which is pretty much like the way guns sound, them, shooting everybody up. It's kind of
Right.
the same thing in the military. So I thought that was something that I could at least like meld those two worlds with. So that was a fun record to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was
I
definitely
love
dope.
getting loud. Got me on
Love
my
that.
what was that? My Little John, little shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Lil Jon mixed with Busta Rhymes, mixed with Project Pat,
Mhm.
mixed with Chief Keef. A little bit of that going on.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. It's definitely a dope record, you know.
Hmm.
Thank
So,
you.
who are some of your biggest influences, musical influences
Well, um,
overall, not just for that particular record, but for your entire career, like top 3.
top 3,
Yeah.
easy. Missy Elliott, Biggie,
Okay.
and Nas.
Okay.
I'm noticing a
Okay.
pattern.
Nas just
Mhm.
won his first Grammy.
All right, yeah.
It's
And
Yeah.
I didn't
about
even
damn time.
Yeah.
right. I didn't even
It's
know that it was
about
his first
damn
Grammy.
time.
For sure,
He
man.
should have
That
been won that shit. Back when he said they shooting and he made us look, that nigga should have had a Grammy then.
Right.
for
You and
real.
me, he should have been had that shit.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was definitely on overdue. But shout out to him for getting that crowning achievement.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Nas was the pap of his time. Like
Right.
how everybody be like, Papoose is out here talking about black love, black this, black that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nas been saying this same shit, but because Pap is on VH1 now, everybody's like, did you
Everybody
hear when Pap
see.
was like, we got to stop fighting? I sit here like,
Is that what it is? People actually just seeing that because of Pap? Wow. Okay.
I'm telling you, this generation though, right, is very, very gossip oriented and very sensationalized. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very what did Mona Scott Young say? What did Love and Hip Hop say about this? Like that's very like it's become its own culture. So when they see people that are on that show and they have an influential message, like Yandy is very deep into the protests and stuff like that, people
Mm,
people have now started to equate Black Lives Matter with Yandy. They're equating police reform and what's happening to black men in jail with Mendices, and that's fine. They are part of a larger movement. But I'll be sitting there like,
they
Nas been
definitely
said this.
stand on the shoulders of the Giants for sure. Like that's how they're gonna identify us. That's how it was for us. Like we didn't always, at least people our age, we didn't always get where the music was coming from when they would sample Matume for Juicy. We didn't know who Matume was, but we knew Biggie. So, we celebrated like that. Well, that's what we know. That's what's around us. We have to just understand for sure that those people that we see on TV now are standing on the shoulders of people that have been saying this for a while, for generations before that. That's true.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to realize. I didn't really think about how influential Love and Hip Hop was in that way.
Well, this generation is very impressionable. It's not like when we were coming up,
Yes.
and like I wanted to ask that though because I know you've been in the LGBTQ community for a long time compared to the generation coming up behind you,
Mm-hmm.
and you've navigated through so many things that you didn't have the resources for. You
Mhm.
didn't have the help with. You had to kind of get a roadmap for yourself. And they
Yeah,
have GPS, so
for
it's very
sure.
different. You've blazed the
Right.
trail. You see what I'm saying? And I just wanted
Thank
to know,
you.
like, as a part of that community, because I know that you have an influence and you use your music to kind of reach people. How does your music set you apart?
See, me and the guys would be talking about this all the time. It's just because we was raised in a certain era, where
Facts. Big facts.
Yes.
we was raised in a certain era with different cultural values, and then we had the unique circumstance of not being able to actually participate in the culture that we so loved. We had to stand on the outsides, kind of like when you walking by the school and you looking through the chain link fence and you're trying to see what's going on, but you can't get in because the security won't let you in. They, so you can only see what's going on from afar. That's our perspective. We was just watching and taking a lot of that culture in while not being allowed to participate. So it informs everything that I'm saying, and I think the guy, me and the Alliance can probably relate to that as well. Is just having this sense of, we love hip hop, we love the values it instilled in us, we love how we were able to navigate through that. But it's just fucked up that we couldn't participate just because we decided we wanted to be out with with our sexuality, and we wanted to be honest with our own people about who we love and who we want to love. And that being the only reason that we can't participate. So that's part of our story now, that's ingrained in us, and that's just a different outlook than what the kids have now. There's so many more people that are in that weren't in when we came in. So it's a beautiful thing, because you get to see the progress, you get to see how everything's evolved. It's just when I came in, we had Adam Lambert and RuPaul,
Right.
and now you have Brockhampton, you got the internet with Sid, you got Lil Nas X, you got Young and May. It's still not enough. It's a
Right.
start.
Right.
It could always be more, but you
All
have
the
those
countless ones who've yet to come out.
Right.
yeah, yeah. This
But it
could
is
always be
opening
more.
the door that was cracked before.
It's
Right.
definitely opening the door that was just barely cracked before when we were coming in. But yeah, that's just part of our story, and I think that's what makes us more unique than anything. Is because those were our circumstances.
Mm.
Absolutely. So I definitely love the Alliance. Now that last tracker record that we just played came from your 2015 project, but you joined the Alliance the following year in 2016. Tell us about that and how that came to be.
That was actually 2014. We came together that summer. So Swanee was working. He was mixing a record for Earth Tone, and that's how I first heard of Earth Tone. Swanee's always, first of all, Swanee, shout out to DJ Swanee River, because I've been pretty much since my first album, I've been working, with DJ Swanee River. He's been helping me mix my records. He's been producing records for me. And when I finally came to New York, I was able to link with him, physically. So when I'm at his crib, he playing me records. He's always telling me about different artists that he's working with, artists that he's recorded mixing for. And that's how we get down. So, I'm always here to listen to what Swanee is saying, because he got his ear to the streets. He always know what's going on. He's basically the plug for the majority of out hip hop, because he knew everybody. He has his radio station. So he's mixing a record for Earth Tone, and he's playing me his records. I'm like, yo, this kid dope. And I was like, yo, and then before I knew it, Swanee was making a record, the I Be On It record, for me, Billy, and Earth Tone. And I think maybe before we did the record, and not too long after that, we got to go meet Earth Tone when he performed at SOBs out here, which is a big club where pretty much stars kind of get broken. They kind of like get a lot of attention when they perform there. So we got to see him, and he won. He won like the top prize of that evening. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people voted for him out of everybody else that performed on stage. So that was a moment. And we just kept going with I Be On It. We shot the video later that year. It was fucking cold, but we was still chilling. And we had a lot of support at that point, because the who's who of the out hip hop community came to meet us in East New York, right by Swanee's house, not too far from there. And we shot the video, and it was mass support when we came out. So because we gelled so well, we just kept working on more records, and it kind of became a brotherhood thing. Those are my brothers, and pretty much we've been killing this since that point.
Right. So then y'all released the album introducing the Alliance.
For sure.
Okay. And so then you also founded Raining Positivity LLC.
For sure.
All right. And so tell us about that.
Random Positivity is a company that connects untapped storytellers to audiences. So, what I mean by that is we're the untapped and we're the storytellers that have the stories of like disenfranchised communities because we're disenfranchised, marginalized, Black, gay, HIV positive and whatnot. So we have a whole lot of stories that need to get told that doesn't get told through the mainstream media. You're not seeing it on Netflix. You're not seeing it on Hulu. So I wanted to create a place where we could put together platforms that help us tell all these stories that need to be told to our own people so that they know where we're coming from and they can see themselves. So that's
Representation matters.
absolutely, representation matters. And that's, Herbal Tea Podcast comes from that spirit, and all of the music that I'm doing comes from that spirit, and a lot of different projects that I'm involved in that I want to do comes from, that desire to just show ourselves and represent ourselves to, upcoming generations.
Right.
Now I do want to say there, I want to point out there's a downside to that too. As you make all these discussions and you have all these connections with people within the community, there sometimes is a time where it goes left. So I want to say that to say, how do you feel about diss records?
Listen, that the drill record, low key, that's a diss record.
It sounded like it, so I was just wondering what.
It was a diss record. It was a diss
that's
record.
like the drill is you already know, which is you know what the fuck I'm on. You know what type of time I'm on. So I just was trying to figure out, am I tripping?
No, you were not. You were not tripping.
Okay, because I'm TTG, so I don't know. I always feel that way. I go to the post office and they better not tear a stamp wrong.
Brittany
like I be
is the
feeling
battle rap queen. She can spot this record a mile away.
Yeah. Wait. What's TTG? Hold on.
I'm trained to go.
Oh, I like that. I like that, queen. Trained to go. All right. Okay.
Be for any reason. And I because being myself, I've been large a long time. And people use that as a way to attempt, because it was never successful, but attempt to come at me wrong. It doesn't work. Only Santa is big and jolly. The rest of us is on go. So at the end of the day, don't let this size fool you. It's not jolly all the time.
Right. Okay.
Amen to that. DFW. That's what we say up here. Down for whatever. It's
exactly.
It's the same spirit. And you know what I'm saying? We large and in charge up here too, sister. So we got you. We're gonna hold you down if it gets to that point. And but yeah, that's the drill's definitely it was this record towards my ex because I was going through it at that time. So man, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying?
Tell us about, because in between your 2015 album and your album from last year, you did the album with the Alliance, and you have formed your LLC.
Right.
You also started the Herbal Tea Podcast.
Right.
So tell us all about that. I watch. Okay, I love the clips y'all put on Instagram.
Hey,
I love it.
Hey,
y'all are hilarious.
Thank you. Yo, we have a lot of fun doing that shit. We have a lot of fun. It's real vibes because like me and Earth, it started just because me and Earth Tone talk about music all the time. This is what we do. We live it. We talk about it. So it was his idea to kind of make it into a platform where we could talk about our own people's music, because why should mainstream artists get all the shine all the time?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So, and why
half of them ain't doing shit.
Half of them ain't even doing shit, and they can't really fuck with us anyway, because we get busy. So you know what I'm saying? So while they running out of ideas doing the same thing over and over again, we kind of giving them game because we coming up with new shit all the time, with new slang all the time. So we wanted to make that platform to celebrate what we have to offer, what we bring into the table as, Q plus artists, and, make sure that at the very least, at the end of the day, even if we're critiquing the music, it's still love, because we're recognizing the music just because maybe there isn't any other way that you might get seen or heard, because it's so much going on out there. You might have artists that get overlooked, but we here, we see you. That's what we wanted to say.
Oh,
I love that.
I do. That's deep.
That is deep.
Mm.
Oh,
Hey,
It's the humility for me.
right. So
It's the humility for me.
yeah, you obviously stay very, very busy. Okay. So with all of that going on, you found the time to release your album last year,
mm-hmm.
Radicalize.
Mm-hmm.
Now the song that we're gonna play from that,
Mm-hmm.
I really love this song.
Can-
I love all your songs.
I got something to point out after that song plays too.
Ow.
I got something to point out after that song plays.
Okay, what you got? What you got to wait till the song?
No, but I just want to say this. I just want to point out, I don't know if anybody noticed this or not, but you done got real militant in the time that you done left. I don't know if it was waking up at 6 a.m. or these drills that they got people going through, but now all of a sudden it's, the drill and I'm radicalized.
Right. That's like, okay.
The next album going to be called Rogue.
Oh shit! Now listen.
I see what's going on.
Before we get into the song, I just want to point out, y'all, to our listeners, the album cover. Is that your mother and you as a baby?
It is.
The fucking cutest baby you were. I just, oh my God! Every time I just like, look at those cheeks.
I
love it. Your mother is beautiful. You were the cutest
Thank you.
freaking baby. Oh my God, y'all. Go check it out on all platforms. Apple Music is where I'm looking at it. Radicalize, y'all.
Thank you.
Infamous.
Thank you.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce the song?
What song we doing? What song?
Feel Me.
Oh, okay. So the next song that you're gonna hear is from the EP Radicalize. It's called Feel Me /Gidaba. And we're gonna get into that record. Hey.
Aye, Nibuga with the Vinafi, Nanki to Manugucho.
PA on the track, you better play that.
Got a machete to head of the snake. Gidaba, Gidaba, Gidaba. The Langilu, Wagia, Gidaba. Word, Gidaba, Gidaba. Time to eliminate all of the fake. Gidaba, Gidaba, Gidaba. Sandy Nubuguya, Gidaba, Gidaba, Gidaba. Hey, I'm the truest vet. Niggas, all they do is flex. Yeah, fuck, who is next? Everyone you knew is vexed with my newest set. Unlaced lingerie that I do collect. I'm up blue with a rep. This the level that you knew is next. He could do his best to stop the wave, but the drip finesse. What do you expect? All I do is bet. They ain't tripping who got bluest neck. You could stress, that still hit you with your bluest check. Got a machete to head of the snake. Gidaba, Gidaba, Gidaba. The Langilu, Wagia, Gidaba. Word, Gidaba, Gidaba. Time to eliminate all of the fake. Gidaba, Gidaba, Gidaba. Sandy Nubuguya, Gidaba, Gidaba, Gidaba. Side swipe a nigga when they coming at me sideways. When they violate, annihilate, broken glass, baking sorted when they buying, yeah. Contemplate coming all kind of ways. Hunger Games, Katniss when it's time to slay. Time don't wait, by the way, curtains coming down, guillotine style whenever your God moderate. Used to accommodate the rock bottom way, eyes kinda blaze. Don't be trying to hate, thinking you aware of my kind of way. By the Benin to you the main RIP, I will put my own airplane for the visa. Now it's black, yellow, white flag on sight. Got a machete to head of the snake. Gidaba, Gidaba, Gidaba. The Langilu, Wagia, Gidaba. Word, Gidaba, Gidaba. try to haunt me. Spirits laced the flawless love on me. Gari na gule, dalangi luve. Soon kate lidada, mean I'm chillin' nah, yeah. Tain kini boongi you, so they may luma yin, yeah. They can't take the glory, I was born with ain't no leave. Waiting not in me, where you luagu, where you I be rising. Soon kate lidada, mean I'm chillin' nah, yeah. Only sloppy, when I hot tea, when I top me. Cause I got deep, has a black diamond. Got these 5 feet, I'ma get you together like it's Siamese. This touch kinda godly. My property is my property, and I got you. Knock me, help you find peace with this fine piece. Then they ask me, ila binya tarala soon kate lida da. Ah yeah. Gotta get it, yeah. Time to get it, yeah. Time to get it, yeah. Gotta get it, yeah. Karina gule darangi love soon kate lida da. Mean I'm chillin', ah yeah.
Wafa unye geguse haruga negi yangu tuluma nagugu aye daily teme tonega babungwa jazz biatch.
You better say that motherfucking shit right there.
Hey, thank you.
See,
That's all right.
see,
Someone
Man.
trying to get a job at the airport.
everybody is
I
Got
want
a
my
job at
extra
the
$2.50
airport
an hour.
though.
Bilingual.
Oh shit! Listen.
I didn't know
Wow.
that you were bilingual.
Yeah.
They Honduran.
I know, but doesn't mean that he's.
They real
bilingual.
Hondurans. The type that believe your homeland is your known land, and the next one is just the next one.
Okay, so excuse my ignorance. Now, is
Pretty much.
that's Spanish or Honduran? Or is that-
Well, this is actually the language is Garinagu or Garifuna. That is that's the ethnic group, Black people that live along the Caribbean coast of Central America. So long story short, we were basically exiled slaves from from St. Vincent, and we settled on the coast of Honduras over the last couple 100 years, and I'm a descendant of these people. So that language that you're hearing is me speaking in Garifuna, as well as Spanish. It's actually more Garifuna than Spanish because that's what I wanted to show in the song, and it's something I had. It's something that's the culture that I've known like all my life, but I never really understood it until I started really reading into the history and asking my parents questions
Right.
about what's going on. This is something I grew up hearing. My parents speak this fluently. They grew up with it. They speak it fluently all the time, and I never really understood. And just because when they became immigrants here, they wanted to just concentrate on making their life, making their, giving us what we need as children to make it in America. So it wasn't as important to them to pass the language, but it's just something that I've always been curious about because I'm hearing all my family members speak this shit and I can't understand it. I don't know where it's coming from, but there's a lot of information, a lot of resources out there about it. And I just, over the last maybe couple of years, I've really tried to figure out how to speak it. And that's what I wanted to do in the song is kind of try it out and experiment and see if it works. And you know what I'm saying? If people kind of feel me what I'm saying.
Can you say something for us now?
Garifuna, let's see. Buiti grabonweyu means good afternoon. Seremin Bungyu means thank you to God. And another thing I can say is let me see what I say at the end of this song. Wafonye Gegusi means I'm about to fuck this food up.
Oh shit.
Yep, it sounds like a goofy. I know. I was like, "Where's the Epariro and Poo Poo?" He said, "The enemy sound like a goofy." So I was like, "I wish."
So can you say welcome to the Raw BJ podcast.
Let's see. Let me see. Um, Witi Achilihani podcast Raw BJ.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hashtag honey up in here.
Yeah,
I absolutely
it's
love
a little
it.
bit.
Love
It's
it.
a
Love it.
tricky
Love it.
language to learn. Like you kind of gotta get into the groove of it because it has a certain cadence that you gotta learn. And I don't know it fluently. I'll be honest with you. I just kind of really started getting into it last maybe like couple of years and asking my parents questions and certain phrases that they would say so I could pick it up. But they grew up with this shit, and it's hard to learn language when you're not a child anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So it takes commitment.
I feel like all of our parents should have drilled it into our heads a little bit more as far as the languages that they knew
Mhm.
and stuff. Like with me, I taught my children sign language and they still know it. So it's going to give them an advantage later on. And they know Spanish, things like that. Like, I just feel like, but that's not like a language we had to learn. It was just something I was trying to do because they kept asking me to do stuff with them. And I just felt like I needed to find something that was going to help them later and be fun for us to learn together. So, but I just feel like all those languages are connected, like with Spanish, Portuguese, and every Central and South American language goes hand in hand based on where the boat stops.
Absolutely.
So it's like because those languages are mirrorings of each other and they come together. Like a person who speaks Portuguese can talk to a person who speaks Spanish.
Yeah, because
and they have a conversation.
Related. Yep.
It's gonna be ghetto, but they can have a conversation. Some of that shit is missed.
So what was the inspiration behind Radicalize?
Well, I'm actually dropping a full-length album, my official 4th album on my birthday, April 1st. So,
and that's no joke, y'all.
That's no joke. That's no joke. That is my birthday. But I wanted to kind of break it up a little bit to kind of get people refamiliarized with who I am as a solo artist. I hadn't put out anything as a solo artist in a while. So I wanted to break it apart and show the different phases of what I'm talking about on the album. So Radicalize is just we are radicalized just by existing because we're Black and we're not we're other. You know what I'm saying? We're not white, we're not straight, and we're not what is it? White, straight, and cisgender. You know what I'm saying? So because we don't fit that mold, we're basically radicals. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's all these culture wars going on, because we're different and we want to be respected for who we are. But America is saying to us, no, you're not like us. So, you deserve less. And that's not what we go for. And that's not what we're gonna accept. So we radicalized just because of that. And that was a statement I was making in the records. It's just following, that theme is, sometimes you gotta bust your guns. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta come for the next. Sometimes you gotta be, what is the TTG?
That's right.
DFW. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta be that way in order to make sure our point is made. So that's what Radicalize is all about.
So you went from Radicalize to Normalize, your latest EP. Which I absolutely love all 5 tracks. I love, actually one that we're not going to play today, but I love it. It's called Reflex. And y'all listeners out there, you're going to go and download this EP, okay? Listen to all 5 songs. I'm telling you, we're going to play 2 of them. One, which was your first single off of it, Elixir. Love this record. Tell us about Normalize.
Normalize is basically what I want for us after we've been radicalized, because let's normalize the fact that we're all human beings and our humanity should be respected. Let's not let's normalize women being paid the same as males. Why is that still something we're fighting for this day and age?
Right.
Let's normalize the fact that queerness is blackness, and they're both beautiful, and they both are deserving of respect and love. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to normalize that, and that's, I think, the next step. You know, just as a people is let's normalize respecting each other's humanity and in our differences and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's where we at.
I absolutely love it. So this next song is featuring the artist Damian Nova. How did y'all get together on this track?
Shout out to Damian Nova. I've been knowing Damian Nova since pretty much the beginning of my career. He's been around. He's like dope, you know, funk musician. He does everything. He does funk, he does R&B, electronica, pop, all of that. You know, you name it, he does it. You know what I'm saying? So I've always we had a couple of collaborations before, but I wanted to make sure we got something that one could be on streaming, and you know, two, just shows us in our element. So PA on the track, who's the producer for the record, he is somebody I met through the internet, through SoundCloud as well. You know, SoundCloud's dope for meeting new producers. And so I met PA like that. And, you know, I asked him, can you do something funky? And he came through with the funk. I said, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, and I already had in my mind, because Damian Nova was who I was thinking of when I wanted something funky. So I knew I wanted him on the track. And he came through and handled business. He gave me a lot to pick from. And I was like, I love everything that you do. So I found a place for everything that he did on that record. And he played the bass on it. And I was like, yo, I want to make this a banger.
And it absolutely is a banger. I was telling Brittany earlier, this song is so different than the other songs I've heard you do before.
It's the first time I've done something like this.
Yeah, I was telling her it's such a different vibe. This whole EP just gave me a different vibe from all the previous music that I've heard before of yours. And you have such an extensive catalog. I don't want to lie, I haven't heard every song you've done, but I've heard a good portion of them, at least half. And this particular record that we're about to get into is by far one of my favorites because it's so different from what I've heard before, and it's good.
Thank you.
You rock that shit.
Thank you.
Why don't you go ahead and get into it?
All right, so y'all about to get into this next jam, this next banger. This is Elixir featuring Damian Nova, produced by PA on the track on the Raw BJ podcast. Hey, let's hit it.
What's this going on up in here? Hey, hey, hey. Oh, too funky. Hey, hey. On the one, talk to it. Yeah. They don't make a medicine for heartbreak. Must self-medicate with Bacardi. At least that's the one thing that they taught me. After the plug, after you get knocked, I help you release it all the way. Out of your system, put you on the way. Can't let it kill you, the mark you gon' make is way too vital to keep you falling. Dash your life in that elixir. Serving it up, drops of real in that elixir. Serving it up, kiss of a breeze in that elixir. Serving it up, taste of the rain in that elixir. Serving it up. This brew will make you open up your mind. We grew you flying through the arms of time. I can make any version that will make you fly on the starship. Hey, smell the colors, taste the light of temporal slip. Hey, this psychedelic fever, sweaty catnip. These deep and funky shit I frozen cool with. Way too fine to be worried about an ounce when a few pies bigger than them new eyes waiting. Don't assume I'm staying with the blues. I'm slaying cause I knew types blatantly confused my greatness, but the truth I'm saying on cue, vibrating to the crew high, thinking I'ma lose my way. But a few my jewels from the dues I'm paying as a clue. I'm laying on them fools violating. Dash your life in that elixir. Serving it up, drops of real in that elixir. Serving it up, kiss of a breeze in that elixir. Serving it up. elixir, serving it up. We break the floor and leave you wanting more, then point you to the door, cause you can't take it. Never before were you made to explore the limits of your core. This here's a banquet. You need this funk, the whole funk, nothing but the funk. And jazz and junk, you need this bumping in your trunk. Yeah. On the one. I get lifted when I feel that back so much I no longer can feel my fat. Cards stacked against me, but I got that A up the sleeve. Melanin magic is free and it don't expire. Ain't no tap, still I've been wired. Walking straight into the line of fire. Bulletproof is my kind of mind, no matter my attire. And what I require is they break a fee if my time acquired. Gotta find a buyer. A1 credit, I decline the prize. They ain't making the cut now, they must get shot. But the love ain't lost as I run them blocks. Grind doesn't stop. They be stuck in cops to make ends meet while I was touching stock. But they don't talk about that when I flood that mouth.
Oh shit, I.K.P, don't hurt him, baby, don't hurt him, baby.
BA on the track, you better play that.
Too funky, you gon' hurt these motherfuckers right here with that. Bring it back, one to one.
This brew will make you open up your mind. We grew you flying through the arms of time. Dash of life in that elixir, serving it up. Drops of real in that elixir, serving it up. Kiss of a breeze in that elixir, serving it up. Taste of the rain in that elixir, serving it up.
Serving it up. Listen to the raw BJ. Hey, elixir. Hey. I love. You don't have any idea how much I love that song.
Oh man, damn! I'm so happy. I'm really
Listen,
happy that you.
However much you love that song, I love it 10 times more. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll
Listen,
take that.
that
Thank you.
totally gives me Lupe Fiasco vibes. Okay.
Word.
I could totally hear, to put it like on a mainstream level, I could hear this being a perfect collaboration between like Common and Prince.
Man, yo.
Like it gives me all those vibes. I love everything. I love your voice. I love all of it. All of
Thank
it.
you.
All of it. Love it.
You know me being an old soul, I got to take it further back than that.
Okay.
I'm getting George Clinton.
Yes.
Very George
Mhm.
Clinton.
Yes.
I think the most recent version of that vibe was Good Burger. Remember when they was in the mental institution, they was trying to get out. that scene. But the song that's being like it sounded like George Clinton was on the track. Like it was very much that. But when it first starts out, it's kind of misleading because when it first starts out, it sounds like the same intro as Sweet Dreams Are Made of These.
Yeah.
Before people start talking. So I was like, I don't know where this is going, but I like it. But I don't know where this is going. And then after that, I was like, is that George? My old ass.
It is nah. But see, that shout out to Damien for doing that intro and just kind of coming through with all of that. He gave all of the looks. With
It was
that,
great.
you know.
Love
It was great. It
Yo,
was a
let
good
us-
busy. It was a good
Let us see that
eclectic
album cover.
layout.
Let's
Hold
see,
on.
that is, we
Right.
love it. Look at this right here, y'all.
Can I move out the way? I was trying to
Look, just that right there. Look at that. That is perfect. How did that come to be?
Well, my friend's a painter. One of my friends is a painter, and I've always wanted to work with him. I always wanted him to do something, at least exclusively for me. So I just commissioned him to do this. I said, yo, you got a month. I'm putting this thing out at the beginning. Actually, I was actually trying to put this out the end of February because I was trying to get it in time for Black History Month. But fuck all that. Black History Month is every fucking month anyway.
Okay.
Right.
So, I said, you got a month to do this. And he did it. I gave him all the pictures he needed. And I said, make sure it has a lot of pink and gold and white, you know what I'm saying? and you know he killed it. He killed it. I
Mission
was real
accomplished.
happy.
Right.
I have the wait, yeah. I have the piece right here. When I move into my new apartment, that's going in a special place in my new digs. So you know, this is me just basically normalizing, celebrating Black artists while they're here. Because why did we have to wait for Basquiat to die in order for his work to be worth millions of dollars?
Right.
So you know what I'm saying. This is just me trying to incorporate as much of queer talent as I can in all different mediums. And shout out to Charles Comer, that's his name, for doing this for me. Thank you. I really love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Now,
you.
we are going to play one more song from the EP, another one of my favorites.
Are we gonna play my game first?
But we are going to play Brittany's game first.
Okay. Oh man, what kind of games?
Now, this game is called.
Wait, before you say it. Now, I know you was in the Marines. The name of this game has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
I don't want to start a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay. So this game is called Rapid Fire.
Oh.
So we're going to ask you.
You got Warren bets ahead of time.
Right.
I'm glad you. Thank you for consider the trigger warning. Thank you.
I know the drill.
Right. Yeah. Right. So we know the drill.
DFW TTG.
What's going to happen is I'm going to put you on a 1-minute timer.
Oh man.
We have 4 questions for you. We're gonna ask you. Well, Brittany's gonna ask you the question, and you have to give us the first answer that comes to your mind. You have 1 minute. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, Brittany, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, and go.
If you could ask God one question, what would it be?
Why does it take us so long?
Oh, okay. If you could, would you ever sell your soul for anything?
No.
What if it was for the life of a child?
Damn.
Okay, 30 seconds.
That was it.
Okay, what was your dumbest purchase?
My dumbest purchase.
It's in the room somewhere.
It is in the room somewhere. Shit. I don't know. I don't even buy shit a lot. Nail polish.
Oh, okay.
10 seconds. Go.
What color best describes you and why?
Black.
Black. Wow.
Black. I'm black, and I'm blackity black. And
blackity black. Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Where's Steve Harvey? Good answer.
For the ancestors, you know what I'm saying? For the shoulders we stand on.
Love it. I love the. Would you sell your soul for one thing? No.
What if it was the life of a child? Damn. You could just see it on his face. In the background, all you hear is, I believe the children.
Right.
If it was for a child.
Absolutely.
You had to bring the kids into it, man. Because I want kids. That's what's crazy. That's why I had to stop. I was like, oh, I need a minute.
Okay. Okay.
One kid's like your own kids, or one kid's like foster kids?
Either one.
Are you single?
I am single.
Okay. Are you? How old are you?
Ooh, 35.
35. That's okay. We're 32.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We 30 true.
Like we're twins.
35. I'm 35. You 30 true. I'm 35.
That's right.
35. Hey.
Love it. Okay. So now that you played our game, we're gonna play your next song.
Oh man.
I love this one. We was just jamming this in the car.
Yes, we almost hit 5 people.
Listen.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't play. Shit. That might have been what was coming to them.
Play, honey.
That's right. Road rage don't play.
Road rage don't play.
Mm-hmm. That might have been what was coming to them.
It's a total vibe. I love how every song on this EP, it sounds like it needs to be a part of some type of movie soundtrack.
Oh,
I love it. Like you should totally do. And I'm a writer. I write books and films, so we should totally write something that would be like a little movie. I would totally love to work with you on that because every time I hear this whole EP, I have visions in my head of like scenes that are going on with this music playing in
But
the
an action
background.
film though.
Right, action, totally action.
Like
Yeah.
when the Bad Boys come out with their sequel, because they not done.
Right, yeah.
I saw the
yeah,
last.
they
I
not.
saw the ending of the last one. They
Them
ain't done.
motherfuckers gonna be in wheelchairs trying to
Oh
goddamn
man, come on,
Okay.
man.
crash.
Martin Lawrence still going. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith still jumping over buildings and shit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
falling out of fiery cars and shit like that.
it's
Man,
gonna be like iRobot though.
we here for it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can see that.
They're gonna have robot.
I
buttons.
Robot
Yeah.
scared the hell out of me.
Like
Android,
Cyborg.
it scared the hell out of me.
Scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Then
Shit.
right after that, everybody had an iPhone. Hell no, y'all can have that shit. They know too much. Hell no, that shit
That's
be telling
what-
you like somebody read your message, it'll tell you what they had on. Nah, iPhone know too fucking much. I'll just stick with my droid. Y'all don't need to know all that. I read the shit. That's
I
it.
know. Same here. We living in our last days. They don't need to
Right?
think like
They
that.
know too fucking much. They be everywhere you at.
Right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Introduce the next song. It's gonna be "Don't Play." Is it featuring? Is it Minecraft?
It is Minecraft.
Because the spelling threw me off just a little bit because there was no R, so I wasn't sure if I should pronounce the R or not.
Yeah.
But-
That's what.
I love it. A lot of people are doing this spelling with the names now, like SZA
Mm-hmm.
and Minecraft.
Taking
So
out
tell us
vowels.
about this song. Who is Minecraft and how did this come about?
So Minecraft is my good friend Ivan. I went to school with him at Full Sail. I first met him at Full Sail. We were neighbors. We lived in the same apartment complex. And, funny story is, I came out to him in the very, very beginning when I first started when I first started doing music with him. And then after we both graduated, I didn't see him for a couple of years until he popped up here in New York City. And before I came out here, I was following him on Facebook and he ends up coming out. And I'm like, what? This motherfucker. So and when I came up to New York, guess who I went to look for? Minecraft, Ivan. So from that point on, we was just getting together and vibing. And he gave me this record. This is like I think the second track that he had that he let me have and wanted me to do something with. And it was different. As different as you hear it, is as different as it sounded to me at that point, because I was still on my militant, shoot 'em
Right.
dead, the drill, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
business. And I wasn't thinking about doing no housey record or like that, but he wanted me to do it, and it took me some time to figure it out and decide what I wanted to do with the record. But this is just us building that relationship. And he did 3 of the tracks on Normalize are produced by him. So we chilling out here. He out here, out of the closet shit. He married now. He done settled
Okay.
down, but he's still out here killing it. So shout out to him for pushing me to do something different, which is why you would get an Elixir, because Elixir is kind of just from that same spirit. It's just with a different producer. Like, I wasn't thinking about doing house records or dance records until, my good friend Ivan came
Well,
into.
definitely shout out to Minecraft because it's a beautiful, beautiful work of art. Like the song is
Thank
hot.
you.
We were just singing in the car earlier that this should have been on Coming to America.
Listen,
Like I tell you, like the song bops, yo. So go ahead and introduce it to our fans.
so the next song you got, Don't Play, featuring Minecraft, and it's a bop. Hope you enjoy it.
Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't play. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't play. don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills on the MIC, I.K.P. Ain't no reason to deny me. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills on the MIC, I.K.P. Ain't no reason to deny me. P-double-E-Z to the Y, because why not? I be demonized. I keep the beast seething inside. When I reach fever pitch, don't seem surprised. I beat the beat, live to complete demise. They seek a piece of my peace of mind to ease the grief of their deepest lies. To keep sublime. They say you sage, you're telling you it's loud. You're greeting the receipts with freaks on these vibes. Yes, I am the plug, product fire. Scared to see me legalized. They can't blow my high when it's so divine. Read it between the lines of cocaine. Cut with Motrin, miss me with the ball. The scene get obscene if we collide. I did not come to play with these hoes. I did not come to play with these hoes. I did not come to play with these hoes. I did not come to play with you hoes. The body in the flow is reincarnated and I'm about to put the club in the whoa, whoa, oh no. The body in the flow is homegrown, reincarnated and I'm low. About to put the club in the choke, ho, whoa, whoa. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills on the MIC, I.K.P. Ain't no reason to deny me. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills on the MIC, I.K.P. The day that I give a fuck about the shit they do is the day that I made if I get paid to. Down there look this way, I've been late proof. Now they duck while I just threw the grenade. I'm a truant, all I do is break rules. Y'all butlers and maids better just make room. Need a budget to compete, you are not a bull. Cause I've been paid dues, I see the Anna FSU that it pertain to. I'm from the few, win a pride, fuck your labels. So you can try to torture, break me like a POW detained. My this day remains true. Yeah, I may have been born yesterday, fool, but with the skill I'll never be as stupid as they look. Y'all chase yellow niggas thinking they can't lose. Ain't enough prep in the world to save you. Woo woo. I did not come to play with these hoes. I did not come to play with these hoes. I did not come to play with these hoes. I did not come to play with you hoes. The body in the flow is reincarnated and I'm about to put the club in the whoa, whoa, oh no. The body in the flow is homegrown, reincarnated and I'm low. About to put the club in the choke, ho, whoa, whoa. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills on the MIC, I.K.P. Ain't no reason to deny me. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills on the MIC, I.K.P. Ain't no reason to deny me. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills on the MIC, I.K.P. Ain't no reason to deny me. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills on the MIC, I.K.P. Ain't no reason to deny me. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills on the MIC, I.K.P. Ain't no reason to deny me. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills on the MIC, I.K.P. Ain't no reason to deny me. I.K.P. Ain't no reason to deny me. Real kings don't play. Real kings don't play. Real queens don't play. Real queens don't skills.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I just want to take off down the runway like, ha, you see me?
Real kings don't play, real queens don't play.
Yes.
I love it.
Love it. Oh my God. We were having so much fun with you.
Thank you. I'm
Love it.
having fun with y'all. I appreciate it.
You are such a beautiful spirit. I love your soul. I love your vibe, your
Yeah.
energy. Yeah.
The attitude. It's the attitude for me, honey.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
where we
I like
at. 2021 and things.
It's
Yes.
those little cheeks for me. Look at them.
He
So
still has
cute.
them.
Y'all got me
I know. So stinking cute.
Man.
That's why his mom was like, "You better watch your brother now."
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's probably the wrong accent, but anyway.
I was just thinking that, yo. So as we get ready to close this on out, we do have 3 more questions for you.
Yes.
Okay. Let's get it.
You've done a lot of things that people haven't necessarily done in the entertainment industry so far. So I want to know from your perspective, what has been your most successful moment in the entertainment industry?
Most successful moment? Um, shit. Whenever hold on, I had to think about it for a second. Listen, when I finish an album, that's a successful moment, or any moment that I get to be in the studio. But I guess one of the real dopest moments that I had was when the Alliance was nominated for Independent Music Awards when we first came out. So that was our debut EP, and I submitted it to the Independent Music Awards, and they ended up nominating us for Best Urban EP, and that was a real proud moment for us, because just to land that on our first try, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's it's always fun when you're successful with the people that you fuck with, and and we all fighting for the same thing.
I love that.
Hallelujah.
Well, I am curious. I mean, you can't always see all the way around the corner, but what can we expect from you over the next year?
You're gonna expect these bangers, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna expect these bangers. This album is coming out. The album is called 1111. That's coming out on April 1st. So,
Write it down. 11-11-4-1. We playing that.
Yeah, 1111. It comes out, and it's how people be like, make a wish. It's 1111. So it's kind of aspirational in that way. Setting intentions, healing. That's kind of what it means. And it's my 4th album, so the 1111 kind of fits perfectly. And April 1st is like my birthday, so it worked. It just fell in that way. So I'm real proud of it, because it was a journey making that album, and I hadn't put out an album, a proper one, since In Positivity We Trust. That was way back in 2015.
Right.
So I'm real happy to have gotten to the point where I could put this music to bed and put it out to the people, and show the growth and tell the stories that it took to get through a lot of the struggles that I went through over the years. So I'm real proud, and of course we're gonna bang it out, because we, like I said, TTG, DFW. So we all out here, you know what I'm saying? Bang, bang, grrr, you already know. What we doing for the rest of the year? Shooting them dead, bitch.
Well, this is my last question. I feel like Fantasia. It's bittersweet.
It's bittersweet.
Oh.
Bittersweet.
What would be your message to your fans?
Don't stop. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop. Whatever it is that you doing, whatever it is that you are aiming for, whatever your goals are, I just want to let fans, pause friendlies, keep going, because I'm living proof that when you stay consistent, when you love who you are, you love what you do, there's always something better around the corner. Always, no matter how bad you think it is now, and it got pretty bad for me. So I was just saying, I just had to put that out there, because a lot of people may not think, that anything good is coming their way, or they might be stressed out, or they might be feeling low, they might be feeling a little depressed, overwhelmed, anxious about what's next and what's going on. But just believe that your faith is what's going to be able to get you through those moments. Just believe. You won't be able to see it, but you just have to believe it's going to be better, and it will. It sounds cheesy, but it's real facts.
It sounds valid to me. It's intense.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so sad.
Mm.
No,
Damn.
this
Damn.
right. Damn.
Y'all sure y'all don't got no more questions? Because you know what I'm saying? Listen,
Yeah.
I got the time. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
loving this black and gold that you're giving with the
Yes.
Versace tee,
Yes.
Got my
matching the
Versace on.
hair, the melanin popping. You had
Yes.
I saw the tatas jangling when Elixir came on. I was like, yes, sister.
Yeah.
When Feel Me was coming through, you know what I'm saying? You had to put the blunt in between the tatas because I knew, you know what I'm saying, it was that time. Hide it from the camera, you know what I'm saying? I saw you. I see you, sister. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
glad.
Yes.
I'm glad that, you know, I'm glad to be here, and I appreciate y'all talking to me.
No, we appreciate you. We
Yes.
love it. We're gonna definitely have you back
Mhm.
to play a few songs off the album when it comes out in April. So
Yes.
Right
we'll
before
be
our finale.
yeah, right before our finale. So we're gonna
Oh,
definitely have you back. We're gonna have you back. We're gonna set that up. Our season finale is the last week in April,
okay.
and
All
then we'll be
right.
back in August
Mhm.
Okay. All
because
right.
we have
Summer shit.
yes
Summer shenanigans.
Hot
Yeah,
shit.
I'm
I
finna find me
wasn't-
somebody to pay for a tummy tuck.
I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to get ratchet, but damn.
Listen, let's get the hot shit going. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Let's enjoy it.
Yes,
Mhm.
we're going to. So that's gonna bring us to the end. Go ahead, tell our listeners where they can find you at, where they can find your music, all that good stuff. Your
For sh-
LLC, drop everything, overload them.
hey, so you can start by just going to my website, ikp.me. That's it. That's my website. You'll find my social media. You'll find my videos. You'll find uh my my articles that I've had written up about me. You'll find pretty much whatever you need to know about me. Start there. And then, if you want to hit me up directly on social media, I'm IKP for president, number 4 president on pretty much everything. So that's SoundCloud, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, uh anything you're on, even Snapchat, even though I'm barely on it, but I'm there. So,
Period, y'all. Hit him
shout
up
out.
directly. It's gonna be
Hit me
enough
up
for you.
directly, and I'm always around. You know what I'm saying? You can email me from my website. You just go to the About Me page and you send me a message, whatever you got to say, whatever beef you want to settle,
Oh.
DFW, you know what I'm saying, TTG, we ready to go. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? So let's have a conversation, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it respectful, but if you want to take it to the next level,
We elevate all the
we
time.
here. We
over
elevate
here.
we all about elevation. We all about
Okay.
ascension. And
Mhm.
however that way need to happen, you'll make it
Mhm.
happen. Okay. So
Period.
We give
but yeah,
promotions.
for sure, for sure. But Normalize definitely out right now. Check that out. All streaming platforms. Radicalized on all streaming platforms. 11/11 coming on April 1st, 2021. Check that out. And that's what I got. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for
Yes.
everything.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
once
much for being
again.
here. Oh my God.
Yes.
For being so
Oh,
open with us and
yes.
so
Like that makes me love
authentic.
you even more now. Like
Yes.
just looking, we have to get more involved with
I'm
what you're
around.
doing, even though it's up in New York. So
I
maybe
ain't
I'll be up there and I'll have my car. I have a car up there, so maybe we can link up because I'm coming to all 5 boroughs. I've already told my best friend that I'm going to all 5. I don't care. She's like, they're pretty far from each other, but I don't care.
I was his best friend until
I'm
this
going.
trip came.
She is still my best friend.
I just want to point that out.
I
Up
have more
until
than one best friend. She is so.
Oh, okay. Well, up until he met those people, it was just me, myself, and I.
Mm-hmm,
Okay, and then I found out I wasn't irreplaceable. Where's Beyonce when you need her? It was me,
Oh.
myself, and I. Then I found out I wasn't irreplaceable, and now I'm speechless because he tried it.
Oh man.
Before he met these people, it was me.
She's still up there.
She was your down ass bitch
Okay.
from the beginning.
I know he ain't podcasting with none of these other people, so
No, I'm not.
When it's up, then it's stuck.
There you go.
When it's up, then it's
So
stuck.
y'all enjoy that road trip.
Damn, the
shit.
shade.
But no,
Oh,
we
man.
definitely enjoy having you. You've been an absolute pleasure, and we will be seeing you again right here.
You gonna rub yourself right up out of that
Hit me.
caftan.
Listen, it's so silky smooth. I can't.
We
That's
know
a-
it's soft.
That's a caftan. Oh, I'm into the caftan game. Oh man, all of that. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yes, but he
Silky
is
satin.
Captain because every
Yeah.
time I turn around, he got a new one.
Oh,
Try to figure out, boy, what the hell is this? And he be like, they was on sale. I know they was.
listen. Get your life, because that's where I'm headed to next. Because I'm fuck with the caftans. Let's get it.
Right.
Yeah. Hit me up offline. Let me know you already know, and let's get it. Let's build.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna hit your line. Yeah, we're gonna definitely hit you.
And have you had a chance to check out our music at all?
I have not had a chance to check out y'all music.
It's
Y'all
okay.
have
We
to-
only got one song out.
I didn't know y'all made music.
Joe, play him my song.
I forgot every interview we do, especially with an artist, we have to play our
And
song.
we want your honest, raw opinion.
So
Okay, all right.
we do parody music.
Okay.
So, oh, and by the way, I love the remix y'all did to Up Jumps to Boogie.
Ooh,
That
we was just
yeah,
talking
I
about
love
that
Up
last
Jumps to Boogie.
night. It's popular. That's one.
Mhm.
That's popular,
Okay.
man. That's
So we did a
def-
parody to Cardi B and Megan, Wet Ass Pussy. Our parody is called Fat Ass People.
fat ass people.
Okay.
Okay.
So here it is. Oreos in this house, Oreos in this house, Oreos in this house, Oreos in this house. I said fat on fleek, 7 days a week. Fat ass people, you know them stairs make me weak. Yeah. Now you fucking with some fat ass people. Collard greens and pork chops, we some fat ass people. Eating everything you got, we some fat ass people. I eat it all with no regard. Want my fries? Yeah, extra large. You got some cookies I wanna taste. Who's selling stamps? EBT card.
Hey!
Apple pie. I can't wait to get it inside. Goes in my mouth and right to my thighs. This belly is soft. Come take a ride like my fluff. I'm not surprised. No hide and seek. I'm too big to hide. I want you to stuff that whole 3-5 right in this little cigar. When I squeeze for ice cream, I eat in public and cause a scene. No keto diet, not for me. Now where the hell are my onion rings?
Gobble up, swallow up, never get the bubble guts. Buffet date, yeah, he know he better fill me up. Give me your card so I can order Uber Eats. I run in niggas' pockets, never run in reality. Make me grits, add some shrimp. Don't ask for food, I demand that shit. Ain't never had a fat bitch like me. Cash at me, Allstar Peach. Buy me wings and other things. We some fat ass people. He feeds me and rubs my belly. We some fat ass people. Put peanut butter on my jelly. We some fat ass people. Don't say you love me, let food tell me. We some fat ass people.
Look, I need a big dinner with a peach soda and a fish platter, cause I'm a weed smoker, not a garden
Fish
salad. I need a meat
platter.
order and I want dessert when it's all over. You got some food and that's where I'm headed. I'm gonna eat, that you can bet it. Got crumbs in my beard and I won't forget it. My doctor's surprised, I'm not diabetic. I don't wanna sip, I wanna gulp. I wanna gag on cherry coke. I want a 10-piece hot chicken wing. It's right in the back of my throat. Cause wings hot as fire. I needed the sunny. They just hit my belly. Now I got a potty. I run to the toilet like the cops is behind me. I'll be there in a minute, so don't try to find me.
Yeah, I'm a fat bitch. Food is my freak shit. Feed me good and my pussy start leaking. Bring up fork, feed me while I put my weave in. Never lost weight cause I'm gon' need it. My food chain has to start with cheeses. He don't hate my pussy, but he love to beat it. Big D stand for big dinner. Came in an angel, now he's a sinner. When I'm up, bang, then he can't hang. I swallow dick and he scream my name. He take me out and that's what I eat. I'm taking 2 of everything.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Click.
You fucking with some fat ass people. Collard greens and my pork chops with some fat ass people. Eating everything you got, we some fat ass people. We ain't gonna stop till we drop, we some fat ass people.
We eat food and we won't stop. We some fat ass people.
I'm walking flop, 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 we some fat ass people.
Eat macaroni from the pot. We some fat ass people. Ah.
O's in this house, Oreos 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 in this house.
You know what?
That's a bop, right?
That is the whole Bob. Like, where's the lie? That's what I got to say. And niggas not gonna front, hoes not gonna front out here. Y'all already know some fat ass pussy or some juicy ass pussy. Shit feel good. It's gonna change your life. You feel me? Do that. Represent that. It was the fish platter for me, because nigga. I already know how y'all do in the South. I already know what it's all about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Click. What's happening?
Right, you know the drill. I'm taking 2 of everything.
You know the drill.
Give me
I want 2 of everything. Come on, man.
Love it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Y'all better serve.
Well, that was us, y'all.
Serve it up.
Yeah, our audience, they already know how we get down. They done heard this song plenty of times, and they love it. We're shooting a video soon. We keep telling them that, but it's coming, y'all.
Right. We got a couple things on the pipeline. First of all, we doing a mukbang.
You know what I'm saying?
This weekend.
Then we do the podcast every week.
Yes.
We interviewing artists. We got another interview right after I.K.P. And then we gotta do this. Come on, y'all. Like, wait. We coming.
Right.
It's coming.
Y'all got things to do. Y'all are booked.
We only 2 people. We weigh what 4 people weigh, but we only 2 fucking people. And at the end of the day, you gotta give us time. You gotta give us motherfucking time. Well, I'm 2.5, so you gonna have to own your 1.5. Anyway,
yeah.
At the end, I know 1 + 1 = 2.
Listen. Come on, Sam. Come on,
Thank
man.
Thank you so much for listening to the Raw BJ Podcast presents an independent music moment. We definitely love our guests, the infamous king of positivity. Love you to pieces, y'all. Until next time, when you join us and we all come together. Mwah. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Peace.
What's this going on up in here?
Hey.
Oh, too funky.
Hey.
On the one, talk to it.
They don't make a medicine for heartbreak. Must self-medicate with Bacardi. At least that's the one thing that they taught me. After the plug, after you get knocked, I help you release it all the way. Out of your system, put you on the way. Can't let it kill you, the mark you gon' make. It's way too vital to keep you falling. Dash your life in that elixir. Serving it.